As some of you know, I live in Victoria, in Tacoma, and Tacoma is on the Belgrave line, Puffing Billy territory. And I catch the train about 3 times a week, and I stop at Mitcham Station. And every time I stop at Mitcham Station, I think of Robert Mitchum. But it's not spelt the same, and it irritates me. So my form of therapy is to write a song about it. I hear there's a Mitcham Station in Adelaide as well. Maybe you have the same sort of characters who hang out at the station. You know, guys that are too big for their bikes with baseball caps, sipping on a Bundy and Coke at 9 o'clock in the morning, sucking on a Winnie Blue, and you just think, what has happened to you?
The bodies in the barrel, mate.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Robert Mitchum at Mitcham Station. It's a shame Mitcham Station wasn't named after Robert. If only they could change one little vowel. If only they could change one little vowel. Well, it's who I think of when the train stops out this way. Ah, there's nothing to Hollywood out here anyway. What used to be rose gardens, perfumes and potions and orange groves. Now there's tall grey walls, security lights, commuters commute and fight the fight. Friends are shooting the breeze and scrolling their phones and dreaming their dreams. Oh, there's tags on the fences by a vacant park, jacarandas line the street by the old milk bar. If only they could change one little vowel. If only they could change one little vowel. Ladies with bouffants and beehives and floral dresses or pleated skirts worn in the day. Some might have dreamt about him along the way to their office jobs. Romantic notions, consequences, and the aftermath. Oh, Willa Harper, Nancy Bowden, Max Caddy would have had a laugh. Yeah, there's some unsavory characters out here on this line. Mischief, fist fights, and petty crime. If only they could change one little vowel. If only they could change one little vow. There's a young girl leaning up against a man. He's got a tattoo down his arm. They're talking who owes who, for what, for when. Lost friends inside. Oh, they're planning on that big move real soon, far away from the light. No more hopeless excuses or foolish mistakes. No more lying, no more crime. Now she's looking at the ring on her finger and gazing up into his eyes. Yeah, he's promising to lasso the moon as she holds him tight. Oh, that smile, it could crush or it could save you, or keep your hopes alive. A pocket full of dreams, it's gonna happen this time. Yeah, a pocket full of dreams. No more lying, no more crime. If only they could change one little vow. If only they could change one little vow. Well, it's who I think of when the train stops out this way. Ah, there's nothing to Hollywood out here anyway. It's a shame Mitcham Station wasn't named after Robert. Yes, I'm still flogging my book. I have many copies. But I thought I'd read a little passage from this chapter called The Go-Betweens, simply because I got to play with Lindy Morrison last night in Canberra. She joined me for a few songs, and that 19-year-old boy in me came out and was just so thrilled to have her on stage with me. So I'll just read this little bit. In 1983, the Go-Betweens toured WA for the first time, and for some reason, their rather generous promoter, Neil Wedd, decided to have Chad's Tree support them at each of their 4 shows. I'm not really sure that happened much in those days, but I can assure you that I was ecstatic and partially overwhelmed by this prospect. Their album, Send Me a Lullaby, was in amongst my record collection, and now they were touring to promote their new release before Hollywood, with its leading track, Cattle and Cane, earning them much-deserved attention and radio play. In fact, I can remember the exact moment I heard that particular song bouncing off the wooden floorboards of a share house in Subiaco. For me, it was an incredible musical moment, similar in a way to when I first heard television's See No Evil, or in later years, Arvo Pärt's Spiegel im Spiegel. Time moved in a mysterious way. Slow-mo, a mesmerising sonic spell. The Go-Betweens themselves were, to my surprise, friendly and outgoing, quite the gregarious bunch, the flip side to what I'd been expecting. Lindy was lovely, chatty and vivacious. And I worked out that 1983 to 2021 is 38 years, so it's taken this long for us to play together. But the good news is that she's coming up to Brisbane with us in July to sit in on a few tunes. And this next song I'm about to do mentions the Go-Betweens and a band called the Triffids, 2 bands that I loved dearly when I was a kid and still do to this day. Joanna, are you still here, Joanna? This song is for you. Did you see the Go-Betweens? Did you see the Triffids? Lighthouse keepers, the Cananes, press meat and the small goods. It's all coming back now, though it never really went away. Chad's Tree, wet taxis, Michelle Canane, Michelle Canane. Maybe I was a little too shy, maybe I drank a little too much. Anyone for vodka, half a cow record shop, walking up for Vogue, the steepest of slopes, to the trade union club, to the Hope Town of Hope. many bands did you see over a week, over a night? We spent all the money we had, see the same friends each night. No, we didn't have much cash, op shop couture, records and music. We were lost, lost, lost within a world. Erskineville and Newtown, Redfern and Surrey Hills, Chippendale and Stanmore. Now we got Marrickville, Harold Park Hotel, the Petersham Inn, Rose of Australia, the Sandringham Hotel. Maybe I was a little too shy, maybe I drank far too much. Anyone for vodka, waterfront record shop. Well, it's all coming back now, though it never really went away. King's Cross and Darlinghurst, Michelle Canane, Michelle Canane, Michelle Canane, Michelle Canane. After I put the Song Gifts compilation together, which is available here this evening if you're interested, along with a glorious tea towel, 100% linen, made in Russia. How did that happen? After I put the compilation together, I was still receiving more song gifts. Snow domes, sold out of snow domes. Gone. Too heavy. That's not going to happen again. Yeah. If you want to carry them around, that's fine. So after I finished putting the compilation together, I was still getting more requests for songs, and I still do to this day. It's just an idea that's out there. If anyone wants a song, please don't hesitate to get in contact with me. This chap wrote to me from the UK who was a Triffids obsessive, and he wanted a song for his wife. But the email was like, Triffids, 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 wife, wife, wife. So I was wondering what he was expecting and how I was going to separate the two and put it into a song. And then I decided I'm not. I'm simply going to segue from one to the other. And it had the working title Born Sandy Devotional 2 for a very long time. But now we've called it Standing Next to David. London 84, I'm in the crowd, watching Tom Verlaine. They're in the same room as David. Was I standing next to him? Did we see each other going in, or maybe going out? Did our eyes meet for a second? Did I see him there, propped up against the bar by the stage? Was he by himself, or with somebody else? Born on sandy devotional, grand baritone and distant pedal steel, so tender, so hostile, so lost, so lonesome I could feel the lonely stretches, the treeless plains, the harsh and brutal sun. I can taste salt on my lips, my God. Where has my memory gone? I can see him standing there, Gretsch country jammed, golden waistcoat. I played it on the Euro-rail on my trusty little Walkman. It seeped into my conscience when I came home to Carlisle, so I followed them to Leeds, then north to Newcastle, over flatlands and the motorways, and several places after Amsterdam and Islington, the Barbican and Brussels, Britain Street, Farringdon, a pine or two for after. I met you in the coffee shop on a blind date, the city wet with rain, the skies had opened up, I swear it was about to flood. You kissed me when I walked in, the very moment, the moment that we met. My music magazine, we bonded, it was meant to be. By year's end, we'd bought a house together in the shadow of Hadrian's Wall. Warwickshire and Carlisle, Royal School of Needlework, Hampton Court Palace, Lake District, our long and lovely walks, galleries and boozers, sitting all along the Thames. Something triggers it, I'm falling all over you again. Big blue open sky, dirty river, another ball plane. We'll get there one day. Big blue open sky and that dirty river and the nullarbor plain. We'll get there one day. I have an up-tempo song. I know. Incredible. I consider it up-tempo, you might not. Another song that was requested after the album came out, but I think I'll record it. It's called Helena. And this is a true story of a chap who's in Perth and his partner is in the Soviet state somewhere, trapped. They haven't seen each other for months and months. So off I went and wrote this. Oh, Helena, why do we have to be apart? Oh, Helena, I search for you in the moonlight and the stars. When I chase the vine, I think of you, Elena. Whilst you lie deep in sleep, oh Elena, did you write my name upon the ice for me, just for me? I see your face before me when I sleep. I carved our name upon the willow tree. When I chase the vine, I think of you, Elena, my Elena, Elena, my Elena. The summer sun is burning through my skin, or the wind's so cold that you feel cold within. The summer sun is burning through my skin, or the wind's so cold that you feel cold within. Oh, why do we have to be apart? Oh, Elena, when you left me, you stole a broken heart. I watched the sun sink deep into the sea. I think of you, I think of you and me. One day we'll be together for all time, Elena, my Elena, Elena, my Elena, Elena. I was sitting on my balcony in Tacoma and I came up with the idea for this song. Climate change, science versus God. Let's try and squeeze that into 4 minutes, shall we? I did my best. This is called All God's Creatures. The heat shakes the air as it rises from the ground, and the shadows from the trees, they shift with the breeze without a sound. Bugs and the bees, flowers and the trees close around you as the heat shakes the air. Ooh, all the heat shakes the air. Ooh, agapanthus, dandelions reach out towards the sun. and the willow weeps along the creek, sensing that the spell has just begun. Dragonflies and birds of prey awaken to a brand new day. As the heat shakes the air, ooh, oh, the heat shakes the air. Grass seeds cling onto your clothes, they're hanging from them weary bones. Oh, it's 29, they're in the shade. Welcome to a summer day. Cicadas drone their lonesome song that follows you until you're home. As the heat shakes the air, ooh, oh, the heat shakes the air. Thunder's cracking overhead, affirmation of a change, and the mercury drops, and our seasons clash again. Clouds wrap themselves around the sun, relief for everything and everyone. As the heat shakes the air, ooh, oh, the heat shakes the air. Now the rain has vowed to kiss the ground. Now the rain has vowed to kiss the ground. For all of God's creatures, for all of God's creatures, now the rain has vowed to kiss the ground. For all of God's creatures, for all of God's creatures, now the rain has vowed to kiss the ground. This song came from, well, the idea came from a chap in Sydney, a chap by the name of Ross Gibson, an academic. He sent me a series of black and white photographs from another time, maybe late 40s, early 50s, really evocative shots, and there was one photograph, a portrait of this man. And he said to me in the email, see if a little film goes off in your head and you can create a song out of these images by putting them together. And I did exactly that. And it's called Searching for the Heart of It All. And I've never played it the same twice, so let's see what happens today. On the outskirts of town where the roads turned to gravel and ruse, gathered on the hillside in the evenings. They fed on the lush tall green grass. On summer days they lay in circle under the shade of the tall eucalypts. When the sun burnt a hole in the sky, his old man had a farm, and he tried to help out as much as he could. with his two younger sisters, the twins, Florence and Maybelle. No one really knows what happened to his mother. It wasn't spoken of. One day she just up and left, 2 suitcases and a stranger's car. And his father drank a little more, worked a little harder, and spoke a whole lot less. And the house was never quite the same. Still and heavy, lonesome and lost, but he stayed. Yes, he stayed. He played rugby for the local squad, had a safe pair of large hands. And he could run through a bus, and sometimes he did. He could play anywhere, half-back, hook, or wing forward. The mighty red and green, the mighty red and green. Saturday nights you'd end up drinking in town at the Rocks. I'd take along a couple of his old army mates. They were trying to forget what they saw and remember who they lost, who they left behind. Then a walk along the harbor, its glistening, pristine waters. Cigarettes and beer, friendly backstreet girls. A moment of comfort. Searching for the heart of it all. 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 Thank you. I've got to say that's one of my favourite songs on the album, Song Gifts. And as I said, every version is slightly different. That one's more of a spoken word, and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sort of half singing, half talking, but it's going somewhere. It's fluid. I thought I should probably play the very first song which started the whole thing happening. And it really came about because a friend of mine in Perth had written something on social media, and there was this sort of great little description, and I wrote underneath it, "That's very poetic." She responded, you should write a song about it, which that challenge, that gauntlet, and I'm there. For some reason, you just say it, and I have to try at least. And so that's what happened. And it was like, okay, can you write this song for my partner's birthday? And include this incredible line in it. And I did. It's very naive. It's kind of quirky. I hope you like it. I prefer to drink from a bottle than a can. I find glass more alluring, but I watched him crush a can using one bare hand. His eyebrows raised and he walked my way. There was this twinkling in his eyes, his eyes so dark and brooding. They were not brown or green, nor grey or blue, not far away, not cold but true. His biceps bulged from his Hawaiian shirt. He walked towards me with determination. There was something fizzy in his gaze as he walked my way, and I almost cried when I looked into his eyes. I used to be a Pepsi girl, the choice of a new generation. Though his voice was slurred, I was lost for words. I looked to the sky, and then I fell for the guy with the Coca-Cola colored eyes. Yes, his voice was slurred. I was lost for words. I looked to the sky, and then I fell for the guy with the Coca-Cola colored eyes. What did you think out of 10? 10? Okay. As someone mentioned before, snow domes. I'm kind of obsessed with snow. I haven't spent a lot of time in the snow, but for some reason, for me, I know it's freezing, but there's something romantic about it. So when a chap asked for a song for his daughter, who goes by the name Snowbella Judy, I was in heaven. And this is one of Peter Milton Walsh's favourite songs from my record, and we sing it together when we happen to be in the same city. I tried to convince him to come to Adelaide, but 2 shows in a row was too much. He's going to kill me. It's snowing in Manchester. My head's upon the pillow. I'm counting all the snowflakes as they fall outside my window. Where do they come from? Why are so pretty as they float down, float down, float down from the sky. Well, I guess that I should get up, run and tell my mom and dad. Maybe we could build a snowman with Annie here and Granddad. Snow, snow, snow. Snow, 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 Snow Bella Judy, Snow Bella Judy, Snow Bella Judy. I got so many questions. Can you answer me? Just a few. How many waves upon the ocean? Why is the sky so blue? How many miles to Hasselt? And how long's a piece of string? How many chords, how many keys, how many songs can a bluebird sing? Queen of our high seas, our moon face, our moonbeam, what will you be? And who will you see? All of these questions will be answered over time. How many leaves upon the tree? How many songs? How many rhymes? Snow, snow, snow. Snow, 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 Snow Bella Judy, Snow Bella Judy, Snow Bella Judy, Snow Bella Judy, Snow Bella Judy. A song of hope. The closing line of this email that was sent to me by Stephen Clavelli became the chorus of this song. I thought it summed up our predicament so beautifully, so keep an ear out for it. looking at the sunset in Spain or Texas. One day we'll be looking at the sunset in Spain or Texas. Yeah, we'll leave the kids at home. Poor Gretel, Mabel, and Marshall. Who's gonna feed the pooch at 5 a.m.? Your beautiful mother, she's such a wonder, she's such a gem. One day we'll be looking at the sunset in Spain or Texas. One day we'll be looking at the sunset in Spain or Texas. Do you fancy being ham soup? Maybe we could watch Red Shoes, spearmint or licorice tea. We could listen to Aretha, Nina Simone, or Billie Holiday. I'm gonna get me a pair of cowboy boots, maybe ride me a horse or two. It'll be so good to see Lynn and Billy Joe, catch the Dallas Cowboys and the Desperados. One day we'll be looking at the sunset in Spain or Texas. One day we'll be looking at the sunset in Spain or Texas. Bay of Biscay or the Mediterranean Sea, east, west, north or south, wherever you wanna be. Paella, tortilla, churras with hot chocolate. You can have anything you want. I got bras in pockets. One day we'll be looking at the sunset in Spain or Texas. In Spain or Texas. One day, one day, one day. Time, please. Any idea what the time is? 5:30. 5:30. And the score is? 1 point loss. Collingwood? I'm used to it, really. This year's been a nightmare. Thanks very much for coming along this afternoon, evening. It's been a joy to play here again. Thanks for coming out. Last time I played here, I was kind of struggling to get people. It was locked on 21. Oh my God, no one's going to be there. But yeah, you came. I'm thankful. Thank you. This is an epic song. The story was told to me late one night at a gathering up in Belgrave, in Victoria. Irish friend I've known for a few years, slightly older than myself. And I asked her if she had seen Van Morrison back in the day. And what I didn't realise is that she grew up in Omagh, Catholic girl. You're not really supposed to like Van Morrison as a Catholic girl. It didn't really even occur to me that that would be a problem. Anyway, she didn't care. She got into a lorry with a friend of hers. They just hitched into town, into Belfast. And then they realised they had to cross the peace line to try and find Van at this secret gig that he was doing. It didn't turn out so well. She sat me down and told me this whole story, and afterwards said, "You should write a song about it." And we exchanged emails. So this is where the process sort of began, I think, for this whole song gifts thing. It came from Sparrow and Swan. Conversation with a Brisbane cab driver, and this song, Chasing Van. Two green-eyed girls, so foolish, foolish and fair. Oh, they changed their names and they changed their hair. Oh, there's no chance in the world that anyone could recognize us here. Goats gleaning like two bowerbirds, larks like a cockatoo, bluffing your way in, risking your skin, brave and stupid, anxious, sanguine, chasing Van. East, west, north and south, made of iron, brick and steel. No red sports car, no Madame George, no TV sheets, no Spanish rose, not a Spanish rose. Halfway down the road, beyond the falls and Shank Hill, the Mountain Dew, the wolf and the whistle, the Duke of York, the owl and the thistle. Chasing Van. Our Lady of Graces, oh, she's dangling, dangling on a chain, little golden noose, telling all your faith. The metal miraculous, the metal miraculous, miraculous, telling all your faith. Chasing Van, chasing Van. Oh, you've never seen two girls run so fast in their coats and their boots and their skinners. Oh, they're tearing through the air, flying over the rubble, flying over the debris. They're racing for the peace line. They're racing for the peace line, and the soldier boys are cheering them on. Are they standing out in the miserly rain? They're racing for the peace line. They're racing for the peace line. No one wants to see no bloody pool. No one wants to see you beaten black and blue. Ah, the fear and the faith and the fight, well, it does the strangest and cruelest things to you. Two girls, they're emptying their stomachs in the streets. Are they splattering warm Guinness at their feet? Our legs so wooden, so numb. Our head just like a stone. Now they're stumbling, they're weaving along the streets. They're trying to find a safe way home. Who was it that saved you girls tonight? Who was it that saved you girls tonight? Was it the apparition? Was it the apparition? Chasing van, chasing van. Oh, something like that, something like that, something like that. Something like that, something like that, something like that. Sweet Annie and Bella, sweet Annie and Bella. Oh, here comes the night. Yeah, here comes the night when the healing has begun. When the healing has begun. I want to comfort you. I want to comfort you. Linda Norton stole the highlights. Linda Norton stole the highlights. Searching for the Vegan fleece. Searching for the Vegan fleece. Chasing van. Chasing van. Chasing man, chasing man.
Thank you, Adelaide. Thanks very much. Thanks for looking after me. Thank you. Shall I do another one? Yeah. This might be a little tentative because I haven't played it live before ever. But it's an Adelaide song. I'm bound to get some of the words and the chords wrong. Just ignore it. Fiona Beveridge, Mad Sweet William,
He came from far east, Warrnambool, unrequited, such a struggle, a search for a heart that's strong and true. Irish descent, Scottish Highlands, there were girlfriends and boyfriends, a wife. 2 years on, happiness blooms. May we never, ever be apart. We lay in bed and play our guitars, walk amongst the forests and streams. You and me, sweet little Henry, deep, deep within a dream. Carbonara, my pea pasta, a glass of Tempranillo or two. Roland Howard, Hal Hartley, and a long lazy sleeping with you. We lay in bed and play our guitars, walk amongst the forests and streams. You and me, sweet little Henry, deep, deep within a dream. Deep, deep within a dream. Deep, deep within a dream.
Thank you, friends. Thank you. I'm not playing anymore unless everyone in this room agrees to buy a tea towel before I leave. You bought one?